Hi, I'm Mandy Naglich. I'm an author and drinks journalist, and some people may know me better as Drinks with Mandy. I've come to London to find out what makes this one of the best cities in the world to share a drink. This is my journey. I've been to 5 continents chasing down unique beers, from matcha beers in Tokyo all the way to monk brewed beers in Belgium and down and having sour beers in South America. So it's on my list to just check off these iconic beers from around the world, and I won't stop till I do them all. As an advanced Cicerone, which is a certification for beer experts, we actually have to be able to blind taste over 160 different styles of beer. So you can put a beer in front of me, I can have a blindfold on and know exactly what I'm tasting. What I'm all about is really studying these drinks traditions, studying drinks culture, and then sharing it with people. So knowing my facts and studying things academically, I can learn so much, but there's no better way than travel to go put that stuff I've learned into context. So this is so special for me to just really pick up those new things that I can share with people and hopefully make them want to come visit London, because it's one of my favorite cities. The minute I landed, I hopped on the tube to head to the St. Pancras London. It's an amazing experience. The first time you see the hotel, the architecture is incredible. You see this beautiful two-tone brick, all of these spires and architectural details that are in the Victorian Gothic style. You walk in, there's twinkle lights greeting you. It's a gorgeous lobby, very chic, or as they might say here, posh.
Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to St. Pancras London.
Thank you so much. And you can really feel the history when you walk in.
Thank you. Okay, can I get you a glass of Prosecco in the meantime?
That would be wonderful.
Perfect.
Thank you.
There you are, Miss Naglich.
How fun, thank you.
There you are. It's great to start the weekend.
Exactly.
Let me show you where you're headed. And so it's just this way.
One of the first things I wanted to do when I checked into the St. Pancras was go check out their iconic staircase, because it's been drawing people from around the world. Being there in person, being able to look up 3 floors and see the vaulted ceiling and then actually walk the stairs all the way up is really something that is not only unforgettable as part of London architecture, but it's really unforgettable in a hotel. One of the things I love about the St. Pancras is they have a tradition every day at 5:05 where you can come experience a little bit of London history, a little bit of them making this specialty cocktail.
Hello, Mandy. How are you?
Hi, so nice to meet you. Thank you for doing this today.
Thank you for coming.
The punch ceremony happens in the restaurant, the booking office 1869, inside the St. Pancras, and inside it's absolutely gorgeous. And I got a little private lesson about the punch ceremony.
5:05 punch ritual. It's because the hotel was opened on the 5th of May of 1873. So every day at 5:05, we're celebrating the opening of the hotel, and it was the original ticket office for the St. Pancras station. Let's start with our first ingredient, which is going to be an element of fire. We decided to use overproof rum from Jamaica.
Okay.
By cleansing the bowl with a bit of fire, we're going to bring some toasty notes into our drink. Pineapple juice.
Keeping it tropical, I like it, wow.
Then we need a sweetener component. So this is a blend of fresh lime and strawberries with sugar, fresh orange juice. And now, this is a double-aged rum from Dominican Republic. First portion for you, Mandy.
Awesome. Well, cheers.
Cheers.
Let's just give it a taste. You could taste the way that he built the flavors into the punch. It was complex, but not overwhelming. A little bit fruity, something super refreshing to start an evening in London. So sitting at the bar enjoying my punch, I learned a lot from the bartender about how the bar was built. It's actually all hand-carved wood, and the mirrors that are in the bar actually once were windows where you would pass your payment through before you headed off on an adventure. So when I set out to explore the drink scene in London, one of my first stops was the Devonshire. It's a super popular pub, and they have a really traditional menu.
Mandy, hi, how are you?
Hi, good.
You're
So
very
nice to
welcome
meet
to the
you.
Devonshire.
The owner actually greeted me, and we got to try some pints together.
We've got 3 traditional English beers. They're all called bitters. We're pretty proud of all of them. Go on,
Walk
we'll have a
in.
London pride.
You know, in America, everything, we have tons of bubbles. Am I getting the same fizz here? What's going
Absolutely not. It's the strength of my arm that's actually pulling this beer up from downstairs. Same way it's been done for 1,000 years. It's very difficult to get this standard and quality of beer anywhere else other than in the UK, because it's got to be close to the brewery. We do the secondary fermentation downstairs.
Oh, and it's closer to kind of room temperature?
It is, yeah.
A little chilled?
First of all, it's been drunk at that temperature for the last 500 years. When it's at that temperature, you get much more flavor and aroma.
I also got to try the stout, which has to be poured in a 2-part pour, so it takes almost 2 minutes to pour one. So every little experience you're having of a 2-minute beer is really special because someone had to spend some time to make it for you, even though it's just a beer.
that. What
Okay.
you want is the centre of the head to be higher than the rim of the glass.
Okay.
It might weep slightly. Sometimes she cries, but don't worry about that. That's a good sign.
So one of the things that's great about the Devonshire is it's recognized for both the beers it pours as well as its food. Every single step of the process, getting something from ingredients to table at the Devonshire is hands done. So they bake their own bread, they age their own meat. The restaurant upstairs is really highly rated, so people come from all over to eat upstairs. So I love the idea that there's all different experiences within this one building.
We want people to feel a bit of comfort and homeliness, and we want to give a bit of joy. And quite often you'll end up meeting people that you wouldn't normally talk to, and that's really what pubs are about.
And not sitting there scrolling on your phone, right? You're meeting new people, chatting, trying all of these.
It's really nice to see you. Should we settle up?
Yeah, let's do it. It was so great meeting you.
Great to see you.
Thanks
And
for
we'll
a good
see you
time.
next time.
Definitely, I'll be back. After tasting some beers at the Devonshire, I headed to meet my friend Claire at the Churchill Arms. Claire! Oh my gosh, Mandy, hello! We've worked together for years, but in two different countries. I'm in New York and she's been here in London, so it was actually my first time meeting her, even though we've known each other for more than 6 years.
So this pub right here is great for food, great for beer. I think you're gonna love it.
I know, and the flowers too.
And the flowers.
Let's go
do
check it out. Really exciting to meet her at a pub that's both historic but also beautiful. It's quite the spectacle when you walk up. Yeah, this is gonna be so great. I haven't been here in years. The Churchill Arms is really unique because it's both a historic London spot. Churchill's family has been there, but when you go into the kitchen, they're actually serving Thai food. Claire is a fellow drinks journalist. She's an author. She has a book about pairing beer and food, and she really specializes in knowing what those flavors are, studying them, how things match together. Well, I think I'm gonna do a golden ale. What are you thinking?
Ooh, well they actually have one of my favorite beers, which is Fuller's ESB. That is gonna work really well with the food as well.
You've got to keep the bitter alive too.
Exactly.
So having her there to kind of help me look through the menu, pick exactly the perfect pairing, and hear what she loves to eat together. She got a great curry, I had pad thai. We just had a really great lunch together, catching up in person.
This for me actually goes perfectly with this curry. I think the caramel notes pick up the rich, kind of deeper, darker flavors in this.
This has like such a nice nutty peanut thing going on too, which with the golden ale. To get to talk in person in such a cool location was really awesome and one of my highlights of being in London.
How was everything?
Oh, everything was so good. I'm completely stuffed. And the Marriott Bonvoy Boundless card connects me with people who love good food and drinks as much as I do.
Gosh, it was so lovely.
We'll see each other again before like the next 10 years. Right?
That would be ideal.
Yes.
Enjoy the rest of your trip. Have
you,
fun in London.
So fun. All right,
Take care.
My last stop on my London adventure was at Fuller's Brewery. It was really special because one of the brewmasters came to tour me around, so not only did I get to see where historic beers are made, but I really got to learn about them from the person who's brewing them.
Hi there, so nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Welcome to Fuller's Brewery. My name's Guy Stewart. I'm the head brewer here, and I'm here to show you around today.
Fuller's is one of the oldest breweries in London, especially one of the oldest continuously brewing breweries in London. Often when you're looking at a pub, they'll be pulling a pint of Fuller's, especially London Pride.
What's different here at Fuller's that wouldn't be happening in another big brewery somewhere else?
So we do what's called party dialing, which is a very old-fashioned way of making beer.
Right.
So we have two mash tuns. You mash them in together.
Yeah.
And then you collect the strong worts in one copper and the weaker worts in another. And then you can blend them into tanks. So you can make beers of different gravities from the same brew.
I got to learn about the whole brewing process and how they do everything there from the head brewer. So we walked a little bit through the brewing process from grain until it's in the fermenter.
So we are currently brewing a London Pride, and then when we boil, we will then add hops, but it's all English hops. So London Pride is all English ingredients.
In a whole week, how many pints are pumping out of this brewery?
500,000 litres, so that'll be, so it's about 900,000 pints.
900,000 pints, okay.
So this is the fermenters in
And
here.
this is really where the magic happens as a brewer.
It is, yeah. So we use Fuller's yeast, but the yeast gives Fuller's beers its flavours. So the marmalade, fruit cake, pithy sorts of notes that you always get with Fuller's beers.
Yes.
That comes from the yeast.
And then I also got to peek at some of the history of Fuller's in the brewmaster's office. So he had some really historic records from centuries ago that were handwritten there that just goes to show they've been making beer in this building that people in London and beyond have been enjoying for a really long time.
Right, so welcome to the brewery shop, and this is where we get to taste all our hard work.
So after my tour around, I got to learn how to pull a perfect pint of Fuller's from the brewmaster himself using that hang crank in the gift shop.
One long pull,
Okay.
all the way down.
Here we go. And it was a first-time experience for me because we don't have those kind of hang cranks in the US. It's something you have to be in the UK for. We can do a toast to all the pubs around
Cheers.
London right
All
now
the pubs
pouring
around
this.
London. Yeah.
So after I got to share a Fuller's with the brewmaster, I shopped around a little bit because I definitely wanted to remember that experience. There's some really special beers in the gift shop that I'm gonna take home and share with friends to tell them about visiting Fuller's. So I'm excited to bring that back and kind of connect with people over all the memories I made in London. So it was a really incredible trip. I got to see all different sides of the beer culture here, from kind of the classic and expected to a little bit more exotic. It was great to not only meet up with friends and tell them about how much fun I've been having in London, but also to connect with people who are creating that beer culture, from a pub owner who's serving people every day to a brewmaster who's brewing the beer that people are enjoying all over the world. So it was great to meet these people who are creating the culture that I enjoy so much.